Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Janie Rose. Today's class is an intermediate level vinyasa flow inspired by the Rocket series. Since this is an intermediate level practice, some yoga asana experience is recommended. Let's begin in child's pose. Option for knees together or knees wide, either way the big toes come to touch. As you relax your head down on the earth, you might choose to stretch the arms overhead or take your arms by your sides. As you settle into the pose, start to connect with your breath, inhaling to expand your back body with air and exhaling to soften deeper into child's pose. On your next inhale, take it to a count of 3 or 4, then exhale to the same count of 3 or 4. Let's try to maintain this even rhythm of breath now and throughout our practice today. If you have your arms by your sides like me, inhale to stretch them overhead and rise to the fingertips. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. On an inhale, rise up to tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists, and walk the knees under the hips, separating the feet. On your next inhale, cow pose. Exhale through cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the sits bones. Exhale, press into the hands and round through the back. Take another pass each way, moving with your breath. Inhaling through a flat back. Exhale, tuck your toes and sink your hips towards your heels. Option, head down towards the ground. This is a foot stretch. If that's enough, stay. Otherwise, rise up, walk your feet together, knees to touch, and sit back on your heels. Help all 10 toes flat to the earth here, and sit tall as you relax your shoulders. You might cup your hands down your lap and breathe deep into your feet. We're here for a few more long, deep breaths. You always have the option to come out early. Slowly make your way back to a tabletop, untuck the toes and tap out the feet. We sit back on our heels now, with the toes untucked. With a long spine, inhale, reach the arms high, interlace your fingers and shine your palms to the sky. Exhale the hands behind the head and gently draw your chin towards your chest, elbows pointing down. Breathe into your back body. Mindful of what feels good for your body, option to join me in guiding the chin over towards the right, coming back to center and over to the left. You might choose to do that a few more times in each direction, pausing where you might need a deeper stretch. Guiding your chin back to the center of your chest, option to round a little deeper through the back. Inhale slowly, take your head to center. Exhale the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other, lift the chest. Pointer fingers come together, reaching towards the earth as you breathe into a counter stretch. Inhaling through center, release the hands. Option to guide them behind your back and lift the knees a little or a lot to deepen the stretch in the tops of the feet and ankles. Exhaling through a tabletop position. Inhale sends the left leg straight up and back, flex through the foot. Release the mounds of your toes onto the ground, and as you press into your hands, drive the heel towards the earth. From here, pivot your right foot behind your right knee and reach your left arm up and overhead to a side body stretch. Exhale takes you through tabletop position. Inhale sends your right leg straight up and back, flexing through your right foot. Release the toes down onto the ground and gently press into the hands, driving the heel towards the earth. Pivot the left foot behind the left knee 90 degrees and reach the right arm up and overhead, extending long to a side body stretch. Exhale takes you through tabletop. From here, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back to downward facing dog pose. As I always say, it's nice to take movement in your first downward dog of the practice, bending one knee at a time. From down dog, step your right foot between the hands and lower your left knee down, untucking the toes. Left hand under shoulder as you sweep your right arm high to a twist. Exhale the right hand down and step back to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, lunge the left foot through and release your back knee down. Right hand stays under shoulder as the left arm sweeps up for a twist. Exhale the top hand down. Tuck your back toes and step your right foot to the top of the mat, feet hip distance. Inhale through a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold over gently bent knees. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more like that. Inhale, let the head be last as you lengthen the spine. And exhale, bow over legs. Option for ragdoll with hands to elbows. And gently bend one knee at a time to deepen the stretch through the hamstrings. Release your hands under your shoulders and press up to a half lift inhale. Exhale, lunge your left foot down the mat and pause in runner's lunge with hands under shoulders. On your next exhale, step back to a plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Release the knees down. Arch the back like cow pose, then the chest and chin come down. Slide your legs back, lower your hips to the earth. Hands under shoulders as you inhale, press up to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, let the head be last. Inhale, roll up again. Exhale, lower down slow. One more, inhale, press up as high as you can this time. And exhale, take it down. Press back to your knees, tucking the toes, pausing in child's pose, then downward facing dog. It might feel nice to continue taking movement, bending one knee at a time in your downward facing dog. Step your right foot through between your hands, pause in runner's lunge, and take dynamic movement, shifting the weight back and forth as you lengthen through the front leg and bend back into the knee. Inhale, step your back foot to the top of the mat, half lift, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale your right foot back and pause in runner's lunge with hands under shoulders. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Inhale, strong in plank. Exhale, release your knees down. Arch your back, but this time option to tuck the chin and lower the forehead down. Slide your feet back and lower your hips, hands under shoulders. Cobra pose, inhale, press up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Pressing back to the knees, tuck your toes through downward facing dog pose, and let's take a few long deep breaths here. Exhale, lunge the left foot between your hands. Pause in runner's lunge. Then join me in dynamic movement, shifting the weight back and forth. Exhale, step your back foot through to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms to the sky. Then come to the mounds of the toes just for a moment. Exhale, hands to heart, heels down. Arms by your sides. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing through tops of feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Inhale to toes, bend through knees, walk or lunge to the top of the mat. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up, look up. Exhale through standing. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, bow all the way down. Half lift, inhale. Float or step through chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, consider pressing into your hands and shifting that weight towards your heels, lengthening your entire back body. Inhale to toes, bend through knees, walk, lunge, or hop to the top, through a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands by your sides. Sun salutation B. Bend the knees through Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach your arms to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, float or step through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, 5 breaths. Send your right foot between your hands, pivot the back heel down, and inhale the arms to the sky. If it feels very difficult to square the hips forward, you can come into a crescent lunge shape by lifting the back heel. Exhale, hands to the ground, stepping back to a plank and lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, other side. Left foot lunges through, back heel pivots down. Inhale the arms to the sky and hold for 5 long, deep breaths. Exhaling through plank pose and lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we stay and breathe. Downward facing dog is considered an inversion. You always have the option to come down to a tabletop or child's pose in lieu of down dog throughout the practice. On your next inhale, rise to tiptoes, bend deep into the knees, walk, lunge, or hop to the top, through a half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees through chair pose, reach the arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale through standing. Again, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Relax your neck. Inhale through a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, float or step back through plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot between the hands. For one inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps through, rise on an inhale, warrior one. Exhale, stepping back to plank through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And reconnect with the breath to slow the heart rate. Inhale through toes, bend deep into the knees, walk, lunge, or hop to the top, through a half lift, exhale, fold. Bend your knees to chair pose, stay here, interlace your fingers and shine your palms to the sky, getting into the wrists. Exhale, chest to thighs, reaching the arms forward. Lower a little deeper into your chair pose and shift the weight into your heels. Exhale, fold over straight legs, hands to the ground. Inhale through half lift. Exhale, float or step back through chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog with your right leg high to the sky. From here we come into a high lunge. Bend into the right knee, knee to nose. Step your right foot to the inside of your right thumb. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers and shine your palms high. Melt your shoulders down your back, but lift your heart. Sink a little deeper into the front leg. Warrior two. Pivot the back heel down, reach the arms wide to the side, and gaze over your front middle finger. Peaceful triangle. For one inhale, take it back as you press the front leg straight. Exhale through triangle pose. Heel toe the back foot in and reach your right hand down. Option peace fingers to big toe. Look up to the top thumb. Coming through revolve triangle, release the top hand down, frame the front foot with your hands and step the back foot in, keep it angled. Inhale through a half lift and plant the left hand inside or outside of your right foot. Reach your right arm high and look up. Side extended. Release your top hand down and frame the front foot with your hands. Step your left foot back to a lunge and pivot the back heel down. Option forearm to thigh or right hand to the outside of the right foot. Keep your left arm reaching up and overhead and option to look up. Peaceful triangle for one inhale. Humble warrior. Bend back into the front knee, square your body forward, and sweep your left arm over right. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, chest to thigh, or drop it to the inside of the thigh, hugging the right knee in towards your shoulder. Relax your neck and keep pressing firm into your back foot. Runner's lunge. Hands on either side of the front foot, pivot to the ball of the back foot and release the back knee down. Inhale, rise up, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhaling, hands through heart, twisting to your right, with your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Option to stay in this variation of twisted lunge, or open the arms and tuck the back toes. Gazing up to the top hand, breathe. If your arms are wide, exhale them back to your heart center and unwind into a runner's lunge. From runner's lunge, options step back to plank and lower chaturanga, or sweep your right arm under your right leg, setting up for kundalini arm balance, shifting the weight forward as you straighten the front leg. Exhale now through chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dolphin pose. Lower your elbows under your shoulders with hands in line with elbows. Gaze between your arms, and option to walk the feet in just a little bit. Press into your forearms and consider this an arm balance, building strength for the upper body. Option to rise to toes for the last couple of breaths. Slowly lower the knees, untuck your toes, and sink into child's pose. Connect with the breath. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend into the knee, draw the knee towards the nose, setting up for your high lunge pose. Left foot steps to the inside of the left thumb. Inhale, rise, reaching arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers and shine your palms high, pressing firm into your back foot to draw your right hip forward. Warrior 2. Exhale the back heel down, reaching the arms wide. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, peaceful triangle, side body stretch. Exhale, triangle pose. Narrow the distance between the feet. Keep a gentle bend in the front knee, even a micro bend. Press firm into your back foot and roll your right rib cage open towards the sky. Revolve triangle pose. Release your top hand down. Frame your front foot with your hands and step the back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Right hand plants inside or outside of your left foot. Look up to your top thumb and breathe into your twist. Side extended. Release the hands on either side of the front foot and lunge your right foot back. Pivot your right heel down. Left forearm to thigh or hand to the outside of foot. Reach your top arm up and overhead. Peaceful triangle. Inhale, press the front leg straight. Exhale through humble warrior. Square your body forward, eagle arms with your right arm over left. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bow in. Ensure that the back edge of the back foot is grounded, and breathe deep into the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, release your arms and set up in a runner's lunge. You'll notice here the screenshot has changed as I missed this pose, so I had to re-record myself. Release your back knee to the earth. Inhale, rise up, reaching the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center and twist to your left with your right elbow outside of the left thigh. Option to stay as you are, or perhaps open your arms wide and tuck your back toes, lengthening the back of the legs strong. Breathe into your twist. Exhaling, hands through heart center. Unwind through runner's lunge. Option to step back to plank through chaturanga, or reach your left arm under your left leg, setting up for kundalini arm balance. You can lengthen through the front leg or bend into the knee, whatever feels more accessible. Shift the weight forward and lift the back foot. Exhaling through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dolphin pose. Forearms to the earth, stack shoulders over elbows. Gaze straight down. Option, inhale your left leg high. On your next exhale, release the left foot down. Then inhale right leg high. Exhale takes your right foot to match left, then lower through child's pose for a few long deep breaths. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ensure your feet are hip distance. Walk your hands towards your feet, coming to the back of the mat. Catching peace fingers to big toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over legs. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and option for elbows out wide to the side or point them towards the back of your mat. Keeping the peace fingers hooked to big toes, inhale through a half lift, straighten your arms. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise to stand. Keeping your feet hip distance, inhale, sweep the arms to the sky and rise to the mounds of the toes. Tuck your lower rib cage and draw your belly button back. Exhale the heels down and hands to waist. Step your right foot in front of your left, then your left foot down the mat, coming to widespread foot pose. Feet are parallel. As you inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down on the ground under shoulders. Half lift inhale. Exhale, walks the hands through between the feet as far as you can comfortably. Bend into the elbows, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and press firm into your feet. Walk your hands under your shoulders, half lift inhale. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, slowly rise to stand. Inhale, sweeps the arms high. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, roll the chest open. Exhale, fold all the way down, reaching the arms overhead to a shoulder stretch. On your next inhale, slowly rise to stand. Exhale, release your hands by your sides. Inhale, float the arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, catch peace fingers to big toes. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Bow all the way down, exhale. Inhale, half lift, lengthen with the hands under the shoulders. Exhale, walk yourself to the back of the mat for lizard pose. Hands stay to the inside of your left foot as you point your left toes to the left corner of your mat. Release your back knee to the earth and untuck the back toes if it feels okay for the knee here. Option to stay up with hands under shoulders or come down to forearms. This pose can feel a little intense for your left hip, So make sure you're maintaining a long, deep breath, as we'll be here for a little bit. On your next inhale, press up, tuck your back toes, come back to widespread foot pose down the center of your mat. Then, other side, walk yourself to the top of the mat. Point your right toes out and release your back knee down. Hands under shoulders or forearms to the ground. Continue with long, deep breath. On your next inhale, slowly press up to your hands. And from here, we come into a yogi squat. Tuck your back toes and step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your hips between your heels. Hands can stay on the earth or come to heart center, using your elbows to help press the legs open a little wider. Sit as tall as you can here with a long spine. Release your hands to the earth and straighten your legs. Point your toes forward and heel toe the feet back to hip distance for hand to foot pose. Take a bend in the knees and slide your hands as far under your feet as you can. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold all the way in. Keep as much of a bend in the knees here as you need. Relax your neck, tuck your chin slightly, and gaze somewhere between your legs. Breathe deep into your back body. On your next inhale, keep the hands where they are and slowly rise to a half lift. Then release your hands and guide them to your waist, elbows point up. Slowly rise to stand. Reach your arms to the sky and rise to the mounds of the toes. We hold. Exhale, release the heels and arms by your sides, setting up for a balance pose, tree pose. Shift the weight to your right foot and guide your left knee into your right thigh. Hands to heart center, lengthen through the spine. Option, reach your arms to the sky and focus your eyes on a spot, your drishti point, to help keep your balance. Coming into extended big toe pose. Send your left knee forward, right hand to hip, left hand to left knee. Option, catch peace fingers to big toe and extend the left leg long. Inhale opens the left leg to the left. Option to release your right arm long by your side to help you balance. Exhale your leg through center, airplane pose. Release your left leg behind you as your arms are by your sides. Shifting your chest forward and down, try to keep your hips level with each other. Not a super long hold. Inhale, come back through center and release your left foot down. Setting up for the other side now. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Shift the weight to the left foot. Right foot slides into your left thigh. Power up the left leg. Hands through heart center or reach your arms high. Again, focus your eyes on a spot and keep with long, deep breath. I remember thinking my view was so beautiful here. Coming through extended big toe pose. Guide your right knee forward and your right hand to your knee, left hand to your waist. Option peace fingers to big toe as you extend your right leg as long as you can. Standing nice and tall, lifting the heart and drawing the belly button back. Inhale opens the right leg to the right. Option release the left arm long by your side to help with balance. Exhale your right leg through center, then send it back through airplane pose. Hinging from the hips, drawing your chest parallel with the earth, your arms straight back, and strong through your right leg. We transition differently this time. Plant your hands to the earth, step your right foot back, and send your left leg high to the sky for three-legged dog. From here, we transition straight into pigeon pose, sending the left shin behind your hands and lowering all the way down. Make sure your right toes are straight back behind you. Square your chest over your left shin. Option to stay elevated for a little while here with me, and at any time, exhale, bow down with a straight spine. We are here for about a minute in total, so take this opportunity to connect with the breath, inhaling to expand the chest and exhaling to soften all parts of the body into the pose. On your next inhale, slowly press up and slide your back leg forward, coming into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Left foot inside of right thigh. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, bow over the right thigh, reaching towards your foot. Inhale, rise up through seated, setting up for Marichyasana A. Plant your left foot in line with your left hip. Reach your arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, bow forward with your right hand on the ground and your left arm wraps around your left leg. Option to reach back for a bind. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Option to stay or exhale, fold over the right thigh. Inhale, slowly roll up and release the bind. Pistol squat and variation. From here, hands on the earth. Roll back, then come up to seated just as you were. Second set. Roll back, and this time try to come up into a pistol squat, shifting the weight onto the left foot, and hold. Reaching your arms forward. Sitting down, crossing the legs in, planting the hands, stepping back through plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale through downward facing dog. Don't worry if your pistol squat didn't come to pass. We have more opportunities to try that again. On your next inhale, send your right leg high to the sky. Bend into the knee and sweep your right shin behind your hands to pigeon, sliding your left toe straight back behind you. Inhale, grow long through the spine. Stay seated, and when you're ready, exhale, bow over your shin. Reminder that you're here for a little bit longer, so just take this opportunity to relax and connect with breath. Rise up slowly on your next inhale and send your left leg forward, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Make sure that your hips are squaring to the top edge of your mat. Inhale floats your arms to the sky. Exhale hinges from the hips, reaching towards your left foot. Breathe into a long spine. Inhale, slowly roll up through seated. Marichyasana A. Plant your right foot in line with your right hip. Inhale, reach your arms high, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward and wrap your right arm around your right leg. Option, left hand behind for a bind. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Option to stay or exhale and fold over the left thigh. Inhale, rise up and release the bind. Setting up for a pistol squat. Hands to the earth by your sides. Roll onto your back. Then inhale, rise up with momentum, planting your right foot, and see if you can lift the left leg off the earth. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit down and straighten both legs out. Bend your left leg back, sitting to the inside of your left heel. Option to sit on a block or a pillow. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hinge forward, reaching towards your foot once again. Breathe into your right hamstring. Inhale, rise up, setting up for Marichyasana C. Plant your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, left hand behind. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh for a twist. Inhale through a long back body and exhale to twist a little deeper. Exhale, unwind, coming through center. Pistol squat, rolling onto your back. Inhale, come up, make it strong, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit down, lengthen through both legs, and switch sides, bending your right foot back, sitting to the inside of the heel. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips over the left thigh. Breathe. Out of all the forward folds offered in Rocket 1 and Ashtanga Primary Series, I find this one to be the most intense for my body. So if you feel the same, just know that you're not alone. Inhale, rise up, Marichyasana C. Plant your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Right hand behind your back. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, twist to your right with your left elbow outside of your right knee. Once again, in this moment, I remember thinking that I loved my view. Exhale, unwind, setting up for pistol squat. Rolling back, inhale, rise up and hold for 5. Lift your heel, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Reverse tabletop. Separate the feet hip distance and walk them in just a little bit. Hands behind your back, fingers point towards your feet. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky, gazing up, squeezing your glutes to send the hips a little higher, and hold. But not the breath, don't hold the breath. Exhale, lower the hips to the ground. Second set, reverse tabletop or purvatasana with legs straight. Point your toes. Inhale, press the hips up towards the sky. Try to get the toes to touch the ground by pressing firm into your hands and sending the hips a little higher. Exhale lowers the hips down, setting up for seated butterfly or Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees wide. Hold your feet with your hands and inhale to grow tall. Option to stay seated or exhale, fold over your feet. Keep a long spine as you lengthen the crown of the head forward. Option to reach your arms out in front of you to encourage more length, and let's take a few more breaths. Inhale, slowly press up to seated. From here, Upavishta Konasana, legs wide, flexing through the feet. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Option, catch peace fingers to big toe as you fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Guide your hands under your thighs, planting the feet bending into the knees. Slide your right foot under your left leg and your left foot outside of your right knee. Inhale your right arm high. Exhale, twist. Take your right elbow outside of your left thigh. Breathe as you look back. Option for a bind, sliding your right arm through between your left leg and your left hand behind. Exhale, unwind, undo the bind, and take a little counter stretch the other way. From here, make your way onto your forearms behind your back and send your legs straight up to the sky for a core workout. Inhale, then exhale, scissor the legs down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Plant your feet, rise up to seated, and set up for your twist to the right. Right foot outside of your left knee. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Exhale the left elbow outside your right thigh. Option for a bind. Preparing for more core, slowly undo the bind. Coming through center, make your way onto your back with your knees in your chest. Keep your right knee hugging in with hands to shin. Extend your left leg long to a hover. Inhale, exhale forehead to knee, then switch. Switch and switch for 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Rock side to side. We'll spend the rest of practice laying down. So when you're ready, plant your feet and allow your knees to fall wide in a reclined butterfly. On your next inhale, guide your hands under your thighs and gently press your knees to touch. Knees into your chest. Option, exhale forehead to knees for a rounding squeeze. Then lay your head down, send your arms wide, and allow your knees to roll to the left as you gaze to the right. Inhale sends your knees up and over to the right. Turn your head and look to the left. Inhale, knees up, then extend the legs long. Take a long morning stretch, pointing the toes and inhaling the arms overhead. Take another big breath in, and this time let it go out the mouth. Cleansing breath. Settle into your final rest, shavasana. Separate your feet wide, letting the toes fall to the side. Arms by your sides, or maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Start to allow your body to breathe naturally and your muscles to regroup after all the deep work you've done. I'll wake you in a few minutes. You can begin to come home to yourself by deepening the breath, wiggling the fingers and toes, and rolling your head out from side to side, releasing your neck. Inhale the arms overhead to a long morning stretch, then exhale the knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side, eventually making your way up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Thank you to everyone for joining me in today's practice. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for giving it a try. I hope you enjoyed it. Otherwise, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Namaste.